Everybody, it's the Pirate Stacker coming at you. I did not charge my gimbal. It is still dead from yesterday. Hi. Happy hump day. It's Wednesday. Yes. Yes, indeed. We'll put you down here on this little guy. Great to see you guys today. Sorry I'm late. I was trying to figure out the do not disturb, which somebody was so kind to let me know. My son also let me know. That is how I don't get calls when I'm talking to you guys. It gives me those dead spots. We've now put the do not disturb on, so that shouldn't happen anymore during my podcast. Pirates Podcast, welcome to the show. Transient Stacker in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Scrap Metal Racing also here. Good to see you guys. Today, Mr. and Mrs. West Texas Stacker, good to see you. Great morning. It is a great morning. Today I'm talking about food storage. Yes, something near and dear to me, and it comes up because I had just gotten 6 of these number 10 cans right here of oats. Yes. And you're like, what are you going to do with 6 of those big number 10 cans? It doesn't even look that big in my hand, but these are the big number 10 cans. I think they hold a gallon, right? So, quick oats here. I have food storage has always been one of those things. I have always wanted. I just grew up where we had food storage. You didn't know if times were going to be tough. My dad was self-employed. I do remember dipping into our food storage numerous times. And that may seem like an outdated sort of situation, food storage. Who does food storage anymore? Mad Stacker in the house. Bootsy's also in the house. Good to see you guys. Food storage may seem outdated, but I'll tell you what, COVID really brought it back to life for me, because literally they were putting up stipulations to go to the shopping store, to go get groceries. And that to me is crazy, so crazy. Now, I think food storage doesn't have to be a big, hard thing, guys. I think you get enough food in your house for a week. Once you have a week's worth, get 2 weeks. Everybody has enough cupboard space. They can get some canned goods, whatever. And I always advocate rotate what you buy. Buy what you eat. That's stuff. If you eat Spam and rice, get Spam and rice. If you eat beans, get beans. Things that you rotate in is fantastic. That's a smart thing to do. If you don't already know, any canned good that's inside of your house will last for 5 years, period. Regardless of any date on them, 5 years minimum. If it's in your house, 5 years. After that, it's still edible. As long as the can's not dented, swollen, any of those things, it's still edible forever. Your canned good is edible forever. But after 5 years, it starts to lose some of its nutritional value. Still fills your belly, still better than nothing. So, that's the plus side, right? Mad's getting a freeze dryer. That's serious business. So, once you have a pantry in your house that's full of food, which most pantries can probably hold 2 months worth of food, maybe 3 if you got a big pantry. Then you start looking at the long-term stuff. And of course, I've got the bags, the Mylar bags. I've filled them, I've sealed them, put the little air things in them, big bags of rice, things of that nature. And those are fantastic. I have a little bit of everything. I started buying the number 10 cans, Augustin Farms. I buy these off of Amazon all the time. There's breads, there's whole meals. You can make soups. This just happens to be freeze-dried chopped onions. You're like, why would you want a whole number 10 can of chopped onions? Well, these aren't meant to just be a meal in and of themselves. The plus side to having freeze-dried anything is, first off, it's got a 30-year shelf life, flat out, right? They all say 25 to 30 years. They will last beyond that, but they've got a 30-year shelf life. If you don't ever need this, look, I'm 48 now. I'd be 78. This will literally last me till I die. If an event happens, I have it. If nothing ever happens, it could literally get thrown in the trash. I'd be dead, and who cares, right? Doesn't even matter. So it's one of those things. Now, this isn't meant to be eaten on its own. You could if you had to, but you're looking to supplement what you already have. I've got rice, I've got beans, I've got all these different things, and it's one of those things that Fish is in here causing a ruckus. Good to see you, buddy. I've got all these different things that I can fortify with chopped onions. It'll make it taste better. It'll give me some other nutrients. It does these things. So for me, I'm gardening right now. I'm learning about what grows, what thrives here in my garden. And that's something I'll supplement if the time comes. And even if the time doesn't come, I will be utilizing my garden to supplement our food. You know, I'd rather eat our healthy fruit with no pesticides than store-bought. So for me, all of this just adds up to more things I can supplement if need be. Now, again, I have tons of the Augustin Farms. I like them. I slide them under the beds, stack them up, and away they go. These are 30-year shelf life freeze-dried foods. Fantastic. I buy these in 6-packs. This happens to be quick oats. I've got potato pearls to make mashed potatoes. The beauty of this stuff is it's just add water and you're eating it, right? I mean, quick oats, I don't want to eat oatmeal every day, but if I was tight on food, having oatmeal once or twice a week, that's cool. Making oatmeal cookies, that's like a granola bar and dessert in one. That's cool. So because I already have tons of rice, because I already have tons of potatoes, this is one of those things that I've got another item in our storage, right? So I was excited to get them in. Now I probably at this point, well over a year, probably 18 months worth of food storage. And a lot of that is thanks to the freeze dried. Again, I've got cans for pancakes, cans for making rolls, cans for making broccoli cheddar soup, making chili, making lasagna, I've got tons of these number 10 cans and they're really fantastic. Butter, I've got a number 10 can of butter. Am I going to eat powdered butter? I might. I could if I wanted to, but I would definitely shake some powdered butter. I mean, I can put water with it. It reconstitutes to real butter, but I could definitely shake powdered butter into my cooking, making cookies with them, doing different things of that nature. Mr. and Mrs. West Texas asks if I have a Dutch oven. Come on, guys. Do I look like someone that has a Dutch oven? Absolutely. I love cast iron stuff. You know, I have Dutch oven pots. I got Dutch oven skillets or cast iron skillets. I love that stuff. So again, this is just the way I have food storage. Now, what's nice about it, regardless of any situation at any point, whether down here it's a hurricane, whether it's a pandemic, whatever it may be, I've got sealed food containers. Sealed, right? They're not going to get damaged from water or high winds or any of that. Now, I'll have an amount of time. I'm not going to leave it in water, right? I'll have an amount of time that I can go fish these cans out and dry them off and put them somewhere else. But again, this is sealed food storage. And when they have a 30-year shelf life like these do, you're not out anything. You know, I paid $45 shipped for 6 of the number 10 cans of oats. The potato pearls were about the same. Rice is about the same. Now, I can buy those cheaper from the grocery store, not in cans. Totally true. But for about double the cost, I can have them already sealed up ready to store, labeled, canned, ready to go. To me, it's worth it. You know, if I'm talking 20 bucks at the store, but I got to buy Mylars, I got to put in the the oxygen absorbers. They're not as secure as these cans are. You know, there's a whole process there. For me, that extra cost is worth it getting it in tin can form. And I'm definitely not dehydrating onions. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's real handy. I mean, I got strawberries that are dehydrated. Well, that's like candy, right? Or I can put that in my oatmeal. Or I could put that in some oatmeal cookies I'm baking. Whatever. Like, there's just a lot of places to put this stuff. And yeah, you bring up home canning. Home canning is like the home run, man. I used to can peaches, pears, used to make jams and jellies with my mom when I was a kid. We used to do all that stuff. And part of my garden is, you know, I have 2 peach trees because I want to have so many peaches. I can start jarring them up. I can put them in a mason jar. I can can them. I don't remember how to do it. I remember doing it with my mom, but there's so many resources for that online. If you don't know how to can and preserve your food, do it. I'd make big pots of chili, put the leftover chili in the mason jar. There are some simple ways that you can just refrigerate that to last longer, or you can just do some quick seals on those, and as they cool, they'll pop, and that works too. So there's a lot of different ways to preserve your food, but the big thing is food storage. And again, I know it sounds crazy, and maybe it's an old-timey thing, but it shouldn't be, because you never know when that's going to come in handy. And again, you know, a good friend of mine, he recently was just trimming a tree, very fit guy. His ladder slipped, he fell awkward, busted his leg. I don't think it was his femur, but I think it was like the whole bottom half of his leg. Huge issues, right? He's been out of work for like 4 months. You just never know what might happen. You know, a lot of us, I'm self-employed. Something happens to me, I'd love to know we've got food regardless. We don't got to stress that, you know, prices are going up. Are we going to have enough to eat this week? I would never want that for myself or for anybody else. And truthfully, a lot of my prepping, you know, I do in mind that there will be those people that I help out with it. And you know, I have extra medicine, I have extra medical supplies, I have extra rope and canvas and all those things, because I know that I know people that are not prepared. And if hard times came to them, I'd love to be able to say, hey, let me give you half a dozen of these. You got oatmeal, potatoes, and rice with beans. And, you know, if you can just get some stuff to go with them, you got some meals. And that's a blessing for somebody, right? That is something that can change their outlook from being very dismal and a real bummer and something negative to, hey, I have food in my belly. And I think that's a big thing. I think a lot of people don't realize how many people don't have food in their belly. I don't want to go hungry. I certainly would never let my family go hungry, and that's why I do food storage. So if you're just joining me late, I was just mentioning I personally start my food storage in my pantry, buying those things that I eat regularly. And then once I got that established and done, I start buying these number 10 cans. I like the Arghhhhh Farms. It tastes good. It's inexpensive. Anywhere from like $8 to like $20. You get a can, you can make rolls, you can make pancake. They got eggs, they got chicken. That stuff, if you get the meats, it gets real expensive. But again, it's just meant to be a supplement to what you're eating currently. You know, hopefully you've got stuff you can put with it. And again, I get the staples. I like getting these. I get them in a 6-pack box. You can get potato pearls, rice, quick oats. I like having a variety of the staples. And again, they're 30 years that they last sealed up in these number 10 cans. So for me, this is the last time I'll ever buy this stuff unless I need it. Unless I need it and I eat it, right? So that's awesome. That's it. So I just want to throw that at you. This is something I'm passionate about because food storage has helped me in the past. I've been broke. I've been broke and had to, offer up more mac and cheese to the kids, right? I mean, I don't know who hasn't been there. When I was young and I had a family young, bills were a struggle. They were always a struggle. And, when things were good, I'd get extra. And when things were bad, I always had something there to eat and for my kids to eat. And that's important to me. And it should be important to everybody. And even if it's not your kids, it might be your mom, your sister, your brother, your friend. There's a lot of people, right? So anyway, that's my thought for today. Hey, I don't make these videos as being an authority on anything. I make these videos for you guys just to think about. That's it. I just want to provoke some sort of a thought with you that you go, maybe that's not a bad idea. If you don't go get food storage today, I don't not like you. I'm not mad at you. I don't care. That's up to you guys. But if somebody does go get some food storage or thinks, hey, let me get a little extra, that made sense to me. That resonated. That's good because that may come in handy for you one day. So that's all. I make these videos. I talk about things I want to talk about. It's not all silver and gold anymore. It is what it is. This is my channel. There's a lot more to me than just precious metals by a long shot. I like to cook. I like to travel. I like to garden. I like to do a lot of things. And this is just me sharing my thoughts, my journey. If it inspires anyone to do the same, if it inspires anybody to think twice about something, that's fantastic. So thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great rest of the week. Happy hump day. It's Wednesday. And we'll see you next time. Pirate out. Arg.